So I am running a I'm running Breach and Delirium here with some Syrian Exarch and Quantity Rarity, and that's about it. I'll link the Atlas description. I do have all the gateways to get the 7th gate to give a Breachcraft, as Breach is the focus of this. I'm on map, let me think here. Actually, I can tell by looking at this. I'm on map 38 right here. So this is 38 of 50. And the cost of this is pretty inexpensive. These are 3 chaos, and these are 2 chaos, 2 chaos, 1 chaos. So a grand total of what? 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 2 is 7, 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. Map is sustained. I corrupt anything that is below 80%. And if it's below 80%, it's corrupted. Some I can run after it, some I can't. Once I save up a couple, get 4 unidentified, I use the unidentified pack size instead of the other choices. But I have magic pack size. I have magic pack size unidentified. So I have 2 magic pack sizes, 4 additional rare monsters, and map contains an additional breach. I am crafting breach on it. There is 1 breach from here, 1 breach from here, 2 breaches from here, 4 breaches total. The chance on here to have a let's see if we can find it. %34% chance for Mirror of Delirium, and so there's this chance, and then there's the separate chance to have a breach. So it has a 4% chance to have an additional breach, and I think it's a if I can find it. And a 40% chance to contain a breach. So minimum I generally encounter is 4 breaches. There is a possibility of 5, which is very common, especially with other content blocked off. If I get my other 2 remaining Atlas points, it'll block off a bit more. But 4 to 5 is the common amount of breaches that I'm encountering. That being said, if I get lucky and one of and I think it's this right here. Yeah, I have invasion triggers. I can have up to a maximum of 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus, yeah, I can have up to 15 breaches. I found it once, so it is definitely possible. It's really great when these collide. I am curious if it might be more efficient to do something else, but I am running the wildwood, and I'm looking for Syrian Exarch. There's 2 ways to run the maps. If Delirium spawns, I go through all the breaches up front. If Delirium doesn't spawn, I kill off all of the monsters in the map looking for altars, then I go back down and then run the breaches. That being said, the strategy is, as I said, it's really cheap. 12 chaos right here. Sextants are 1 sextant, 2 sextants, 1 sextant, 2 sextants. So a total of 6 sextants, 1.5 sextants per map. A very cheap strategy to run. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I've been recording this. It's a bit dangerous. I've tried to record this multiple times, but I keep having I don't know. I just didn't like the recording, and the map was kind of nah. I had one where I recorded it, and then the wildwood ended up with, or started to, and the wildwood ended up with it was like 600. There's just nothing around, and I don't know. It was a mess. All right, let's do this. There has been only a couple highlights, but none of them are recorded, and this is okay. It looks like I'm off to the left side, or nope, top corner, I think. So I should head this way, I think. But there's nothing around. Oh my gosh. So there should be an event, right? Oh, there is. Okay. Okay, just step away from him for a second. Okay, so this is the top event, so should be 2 more. This should head this way, actually. So I had to get an extender on here, and it didn't happen in time. Okay, so there's not much from the wildwood in this map, it looks like. Let's see if I can pick up anything I missed or skipped here, increase it a little bit more. At least to 3,000, that'd be great. We're almost at 3,000. I hate when there's nothing around, like no paths at the beginning. It makes it difficult to figure out where you're going or where you need to go. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It is okay, it's 3,000, so I just barely got enough, and I'll just head off into here. Then we'll go activate. In this case, since I have Delirium, I'm going to go activate that, then start tagging the breaches. There we go. I don't know if this is the most efficient way to run this or not, but as said, I've enjoyed it. I am focused on Chayula, but I'm not focused farming Chayula, if that makes sense. Something that you can definitely do with this is if you roll it, and I only get them when I roll them myself. But when I roll the mods, I always take the mods when I roll them for doesn't even matter which one which it is, and then I'll switch that over to that Breach Lord's specialization on the Atlas tree to enhance the loot, and it's well worth doing. Normally I can generate 2 to 3 breach stones per map, so that is definitely valuable, and they're worth about 100 chaos apiece. There unfortunately hasn't been very many highlights from this because most of the highlights are just most of the things that are like loot in this is just consistently farming, as it tends to grant you know, more as it goes. I'll take the bottom one. The top one is a bit more dangerous to finish the map with. This one right here. And what I want to do is I want to get up to 7 Delirium bars altogether. I'm at 6 right now. See if we can get all the way up there. Don't want to tag that one. The other thing I have to be cautious with is I basically have to always be moving. Alright, I gotta head back up this way. That drops burning ground. That's great. That doesn't do anything. Immune to burning ground. Is that Chayula? Yes, it is. Not Breach Lord. Got him. Head up this way. Okay, I'm at 7. I need to get the boss. I have the one node from the tree that'll make all my bars jump up 1 more for killing the boss before the timer runs out. Jumping in here normally sets the timer, at least it seems to set the timer back a few seconds, so I should be able to get the boss down in enough time. Unless the boss doesn't. Where's the boss at? There it is. Alright, nice. See, I jumped it up to 8 right there, and now the timer ticks in. Maybe it just pauses it, I don't know. Come out here to kill some more monsters. Okay. 2 Delirium Orbs, that's 60 Chaos. I didn't look at what types they were, but it could be more than that. But it's at least 60 Chaos. That's a bit tanky, whatever that was. when I go in this order, I can't really pick up loot as I go. I kind of just have to go back and get it, which is fine because I miss monsters anyways. Ritual's perfectly okay. I did not disable the spawning of ritual because it is a good it's a good loot boost overall. Oh, nice. 40% blighted Jungle Valley. I actually wonder if it would be as effective to run Abyss side by side because you can actually fit both Abyss and Delirium on the tree at the same time. And then just run Wildwood because it's what generates most. Well, not most. This is highly driven by Breach, but the one downside is Breach. I have to like sprint through it. I don't know. I also enjoy killing the massive waves of monsters that pop up. So, why didn't I take this? Because it was not worth taking. That's why. Is that everything? What's still alive? Oh, there they are. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. This is all garbage. I could refresh this. Let's see if there's anything crazy. Queen of the Forest, I guess so. I don't know. Let's see. I guess I'll just take that. Okay, sure. Plus armor. Okay, I'll spawn them, see if they drop anything. Okay. Oh, nice. Back at the start. A little bit of extra loot, some extra cartographer's chisels. I've used a lot of those this league. I know some people get annoyed about picking up currency like this, but I don't like to trade for stuff. So, as I think I've said this quite a few times, I don't mind trading for bases. I don't like trading for a bunch of stuff though. I have no idea how long that took. That was a bit slower because I don't know, probably because I was explaining stuff at the beginning. But I think it was about 7 minutes for that one. And that's because I killed the boss. The boss alone takes an extra minute. So I just completed running the total breach maps that I've been working on, and here is my stash tab, my dump tab. I don't really have any highlights. Nothing was really. I don't know. The only thing that was really valuable that dropped like individually was this right here. Potentially one of these. I have listed at 20 divine. It's going to drop it down. I have no idea if it'll sell or not. So I'll just drop it down one each day till it sells. And I found basically a perfect void battery. It's a little bit off, but it's really close. So if I go like this, right? And then I come over here and do this. But it's absolutely minimal. So hang on, let's go like that. And then max that as well. That's my listing right there at 23 divine. There's only one other at 60 divine that's anywhere close. So, but that's looking for somebody optimizing a build using void battery. So I didn't count these two items as part of the loot. This was though, and PoE stacked as counted as well. I'm missing one from having the Fortunate, and all of these require to be crafted. There are some other ones, but it just was what it was. So I have the entire thing loaded up in PoE Stack, and you can see that is a matching stash tab. It's coming out to about 109 divine. That's what PoE Stack is showing, 101 right there, rounded up. So this, and here I'm gonna pull up spreadsheet here. So with a picture from PoE Stack, screenshotted in here, and I broke down the loot. I tried to color code this to make it a bit easier to look at for what was coming from where. This is the spreadsheet, what I have calculated making per hour, and PoE Stack at this right here. So I had to manually calculate in a couple things. You can see that up here in the calculation. I had to add in the maps because most of the maps are not included in the tab. I had to add in the chaos orbs, and I had to add in the orbs of unmaking because none of that was saved in the stash tab. Other than that, everything else just stayed where it was. And as a result, this is what I came up with. Total cost is right here, and Atlas passive tree is right here as well. So everything is available in here. I'll also drop this link into the video description. Thoughts on this? I think to begin with, I think the strategy is a bit interesting. You need to really, it's really easy to die. At least on my character, I don't know about easy, but there's just a lot of stuff that can come at you at once, especially if running Delirious breaches. The one thing I potentially don't like on it, the Delirium is a 33% chance to spawn. And I'm not sure that's overly valuable because at 33%, that means 66% of the chance time I have 50% of my Atlas tree basically wasted. I feel like it'd be better allocated into other things that would be more permanently on the tree. That could be like harbingers and lockboxes. It could be a ton of various things, whatever you want. But I enjoyed the breach farm, but I think I'm done with that for the league. I've wanted to try this one last week, but didn't get back to it. I ran a couple maps and then ended up switching off. I think that in terms of a normal league where you can't generate a ton of stuff off just Wandering Path and a T7 Cemetery or something along those lines, I think this strategy would be incredibly valuable. But in this league, I mean, 24 divine an hour is not a small amount either. And I think it is quite valuable as a whole. But I do think the deaths add a bit of time onto that 5 minutes per map. I think 5 minutes is a rough, I mean, it's not inaccurate by any means. It's roughly what it takes to run each map. If you die, I get to add a couple seconds on to each one, about 15. So what else? I just don't like how the Delirium is wasted part of the time. I'd rather leave it as a random chance to spawn and just take the chance of it, because the amount of enhanced loot coming out of the additional Delirium nodes, I feel like is not overly worth what I had to invest to get it on the tree itself. So Eater Worlds was really nice. That amplified quite a bit. I prefer Syrian Exarch, but the character I'm currently running does not work very well with Syrian Exarch. On the other hand, the Raider that I have works very well with the Eater of Worlds instead, because one uses chaos damage, this one uses cult damage. So there's a lot of mods that affect each build. I'll be switching off this onto something new. I had fun doing it. Wanted to give it a shot, see what I came up with. As I said, not my favorite in the world, but it wasn't bad either. So it yeah, I don't know if I have anything else to add to this, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. And let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.